All right, hey, my name's Dan, and we're going to be looking at the SB4000 stereo bus compressor. This is a unit I built several months ago and have since used it on pretty much everything. It's a stereo compressor modeled after SSL's 4000 series center compressor with some enhancements. And the only thing it's missing is actually the auto fade function, which I would never use anyway, personally. Um, Going to be playing some material from Cymbals Eat Guitars, just some drum tracks. Right now, the compressor's strapped across the main inserts, but the only thing going through the board is going to be drum tracks and any bleed that's in the overheads. First thing we're going to do is just use it pretty conservatively, just to try to glue the drum tracks together, as if this were strapped across a drum bus. Ready? Pretty good. Awesome, actually, awesome drummer and really well tuned kit. So it was pretty effortless to get those sounds with some decent mic choices, preamps, and placement. I'm gonna put this in. Notice that the gain output gain is all the way down. The threshold is all the way up, so there should be nothing hitting it. And we're at 2-to-1 ratio. We're going to use some pretty conservative settings. I'm just going to bring this up to 30 milliseconds on the attack time and 300 milliseconds on the release time. I'm going to use the second tilt setting, T2, which is a setting I really like for more transparent effects, more transparent compression. And as it plays, I'll bring the ratio down and the gain up and A-B it so we can hear what it sounds like. And the song was winding down there, so I figured we stop it. One thing you may have noticed, we're only getting around 4 decibels of peak gain reduction. This is a peak reading meter, according to the designer of the circuit. It's a peak meter that operates within the confines or within the restraints of the ballistics of that meter. I want to say it's a 50 milliamp. Well, let me not even say because I don't really remember right now. But obviously being an actual meter with a moving coil, it's not going to respond to instantaneous peaks like say an LED segmented meter would. But it does a great job of giving you an idea of how much compression you're getting. It was fairly light compression. One thing I noticed is it helped bring up the detail from cymbals, especially when he was on the crash ride. It kind of turns those individual crashes into swirly, a cymbal texture, which is a very common sound that you hear all over the place. So, yeah, let me just reset this, and our next run, we will try doing something a bit more aggressive. I'm going to just bring this all the way down, just so we're starting from ground zero, and leave it in circuit. Here's another taste of what the dry tracks sound like. All right, so we have a great idea. Um, I don't do this too frequently just because it's a bit risky, or it can be risky in a live performance to try to aggressively compress drums. But it's definitely something that this compressor can do very well. So let's give it a shot and really try to squash the hell out of it and push it to its limits. Bear in mind that the settings and the actual sounds we get may not be exactly what I would end up using, but pushing the compressor to its limits really lets you see and hear its limitations and what it's good at.